today I'm going to be showing you the tapes in Verukt, and I mean the Verukt tapes in the 5 tape. Hold on, let me. Try to make screw it. Trying to see if I can. Okay, enable. Play music, default, subtitles on, controller sound, disable, volume change, do that because why not? Alright, so there are two tapes I'm gonna show you. Maybe there's gonna be a third one.
Okay.
This is the first time I've really explained
this was meant to
something
be a
in
new start,
a game.
Really. The perfect world.
Yeah, I'm hoping this can be
free from all the
series
evil that had corrupted each and every corner of the known and unknown universe. It was going to be a place of safety for the kids, the little yous.
The little yous.
You little. Well, so far, so good.
Yeah, we don't care. We just want to get into.
But things started to go wrong soon after.
Okay, we don't care about your stupid dialogue.
Study machine once and for all. Thing is, Max's went and ballsed everything up.
Alright, just get on with the frickin' pile. Let me skip this cutscene. Alright, there we go. Okay, finally. Frickin'. I can't edit my videos. At least I can't edit my gaming videos that are on consoles. So, sorry if this takes a while.
I'm still really hoping for no more
Why am I
pain
so
or
freaking...
sorrow, Gobblegum.
Okay, I'm stupid.
We put our fates in the hands of a madman.
Just in case.
Truly, we have reaped what we have sown.
Just let me open the frickin' jerk. Alright. But there are 2 tapes, which are in 2 of the most completely different places.
We are
Ah, crap.
I will admit, you sound quite furious. Running low on ammo. Woe is Nikolai. Dead too, but woe first. Dead ammo.
So the first one you can find in Horizon Racha, and
maybe someone could
yeah.
provide more ammo. This is
I'm
not
pretty
a
sure
better
in the
tomorrow
main
Richtofen promised.
timeline,
This is a land of nightmares, as though hell
since
itself
this
has taken form.
whole map is basically
I think I remember this place. Was it first time I was ever impaled?
Universes, most universes I would think, together. Then Robert McNamara's
Maybe another life I
but
was antiquities collector.
there's also another fracture where he dies. Which oh shit. But yes, and there's a tape. Well, presumably I don't know.
It's very bad time to be healthy.
For the whole 5.
Nikolai,
I'm so retarded. Oh my gosh. Okay, but when the whole 5 crew dies, which is not good.
Grateful for
Except
your
for
help.
McNamara, I think. Now, why am I all of a sudden just saying, I presume calculations are correct? Where the frick is the zombie?
Perhaps hell is where we really are. Could we have been tricked into condemning our souls to an eternal purgatory? I must attempt to make contact with the mysterious Dr. Monty.
I'm going to fricking...
I am transmitting.
I hated this room. Even that castle. It is far too easy.
Freaking! Why does my character keep talking? Okay. I don't want...
For them to sneak up on me.
The Pentagon is under attack from an unknown enemy. As of this moment, I am safely ensconced inside Jasper's closet.
I'll just tell you what he says. Okay, because since my editing software, I don't even have editing software. What the frick am I talking about? 5 tape in. Dialogue. Okay, so he says, okay, 5 tape in Revelations, dialogue, Call of Duty. Okay, Robert. McNamara. Tape in Revelations. A frickin' Call of Duty. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this. Frick. Okay, he says. Okay, so he basically. Okay, I'm finding the quotes. I don't care. Okay. This is the Secretary of Defense, Robert McNamara. I am transmitting on a secure channel in the most dire of circumstances. The Pentagon is under attack from an unknown enemy. As of this moment, I am safely enclosed inside a janitor's closet. Unfortunately, I fear the President and the VIPs may not have found similar safe haven. From what I have observed, our attackers may be blighted by some kind of sickness. Either that or they are just dirty hippies under the influence of hallucinogenic substances. I can only hope that this message will bring rescue. Until then, pray for me. So we have that. And we have one that says, I hope you're receiving the transmission, Peter. Which, this Cornelia talking. I hope you're receiving this transmission, Peter. If you are not, then all hope is lost. You must know by now that we have failed to contain the asylum, that we had to move the experiment here. Location, the numbers will guide you. The giant must remain at all costs. Repeat, Doris must at all costs the DG2 experiments continue. You'll be our only advantage now. Find Dr. Richtofen and Dr. Maxis. They may know what's going on. The use of element 115 is dangerous at best. I'm not sure if we can continue here. We've lost most of our best. I hope you get this. I hope it hasn't happened there too, but I'm almost out of hope. Alright. This is the other one. John Banana. This is John Banana speaking. Field report. A quiet retort. The mission has gone all south. It's Johnny here. Smokey is near. Most likely with meat in his mouth. We've been here for ages. I ran out of pages. But now have a mic to record. The mission has failed. McCain must have bailed. And now we must fight off the horde. We came to Verukt with low ammo and luck. And now Smokey's lost his head. We went down the halls, they bit Smokey's balls, and now he walks with the dead. They call me Banana, I worked at a cabana. I rhyme to keep myself sane. Though Smokey's dead, I'm holding his head, but right now, he's eating my brain. So, the 1 in 5, he's basically talking about him, probably, the chances of him dying is very big. But where the frick is it again? Mother. Okay, but okay. So he's saying yes, he's the Secretary of Defense, and they have entered. I'm assuming they have entered DEFCON 5, and he presumes that the President Fidel Castro and Robert McNamara, President is Kennedy, are dead. And he was lucky enough to find safety in a janitor's closet, which I don't know how the flip that happened. I think the zombies would have broken in. And he knows he's going to die at some point. And he thinks maybe they're blighted of some kind of sickness, and they might just be mobsters. I don't freaking know. They might just be some dirty hippies, and he thinks that he just doesn't want to be part of it. He's losing hope, and he's just out of it. He's just crying. And the Verukt one, I didn't actually know I was going to do this one, but since it was in the Verukt area, I did it. This is basically just talking about one of the 4 Marines that we finally know his name to. He's talking about Peter McCain, as we know, and he's a guy hanging in Shinonuma. He is trying to create the DG things, whatever the frick they are, and the DG2s, and he wants them to find Dr. Richtofen and Maxis, and I'm assuming I'm thinking he probably wants to tell them, to ask them. Oh my gosh, I suck at explaining this stuff. Sounded way better in my head. To ask them what's going on with the Element 115, basically, and like maybe trying to get them to stop it. Yeah, that's what I can do. And he's out of hope. And John Banana, one that I thought I could explain very well, so hopefully I can. So he's gone insane. He's gone insane inside the Verukt Asylum. I'm thinking the screams and the screaming and other things, the zombies, just made him go insane. Plus, it doesn't help if there's somebody biting into your brain. But he went insane from all that. He's trying to keep himself sane. And Smokey, the only person he knew left was Smokey, which turned to a zombie. And what he means by meat in his mouth, you dirty teenagers, is he's probably eating somebody. And the reason he's gone insane also is because he's there for ages alone. He ran out of pages in his book, but he found a mic to record. The mission did fail, and McCain is just out. He's just, let this shit, I'm out. And they came with not a lot of ammo and not a lot of luck either. And John Banana cut off Smokey's head because he was a zombie, and now he just ended himself and is now letting Smokey holding Smokey's head, and he's letting him eat his brain. Now, I'm gonna see. Oh, and screw it, I'm just gonna do the Shangri-La one as well of the Call of the Dead character, the surviving one. It's been 6 weeks. This is by Sally. Sally's talking. It's been 6 weeks, and the rest of the Call of the Dead cast and crew went missing. Hollywood's lost its fucking mind at the story. An entire production vanishes. Crazy talk, I told you, this is why you don't shoot in Siberia. So with all the agents on the line, and static manager on line 2, I needed to sort this quickly. I'd rather have zombies come for me than an agent. That's real horror, and I don't need that. And oh, there's another one. I started going through his research, and good fucking lord, this is confusing. This is a confusing mess. So much shit about time travel, different dimensions. Honestly, I'm not even sure where you're getting this into. You couldn't make this stuff up. A mad German scientist, a foul-mouthed American, a drunk Soviet, and a warrior Japanese soldier, all working together. So I started with a simple one. Something about the two guys named Brock and Gary looking for Agartha. They finished like dead. Figured I'd start here. Next thing I know, I'm in the jungle, and it's hot and humid, and the sky goes black, like dark black. I looked up, there's an eclipse, and these things started to chasing me like zombies. Trust me, I know how it sounds. I've been fighting them for so long now. I should be dead. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have died, but it just keeps going. I start setting up these traps. Pretty damn proud of it, if I do say so myself. Wait, I hear something. Brock. Can't help but to think they hold some kind of key clues. We should investigate the stepped pyramid for clues. Oh wait, they're not zombified yet. Can't help but think they hold same kind of key clues. We should investigate the stepped pyramid for some clues. I think we should get the hell out of here while we still have a chance, is what Gary says. Brock and Gary talk simultaneously. Come on, just a little closer. But we're so close to proving the existence of a bear trap is heard going off. Ugh, Sally. Ugh, finally. Sorry, the only thing more annoying than the undead are those two guys. Whoever they are, anyway. I've been trying to get some bars on my cell phone for days, and I'm having no luck. I swear, if I die more times, I may actually lose it. At least then, I'll have those agents off my back. The Mob of the Dead area. So I'm not going to be explaining them anymore. I explained the 3 other ones. So I just sat down with Stanley Ferguson last night, God at Alcatraz. He told me a heck of a tale. A few years back, 4 inmates, 3 mobsters, and some weasel had this brilliant plan to escape the rock. I knew they sound like real geniuses, these guys. Anyway, this weasel was quite the talker. He had these guys convinced they could escape. He told them he could build a plane and that together they'd all fly right off the rock. Now, the weasel had plans and drawings and everything. I saw them. But even if they build it, no way that... Why did I all of a sudden change to a southern accent? I need to do a mobster voice. I saw them. But even they built it. No way that baby could ever... Why do I keep switching to a southern accent? Ever fly these lost on me. They was smart guys. I mean, Sal DeLuca. No way you can convince a man of his caliber to something so absurd. So I guess at some point the whole sorry truth came out, and the weasel finds himself cornered. They did him good, left him bleeding to death on the cold stone roof. All got the chair for it, and that was that. Sad to think that 3 guys like that could find themselves swinging. All because they bought into the lies of a delusional con man. Anyway, no clue why Mr. Rat wanted me to meet this Stanley first, but I'm heading to the city now. Something about tracking down 3 doozies and a floozy. Oh yeah, not to mention those artifacts in the South Pacific and Russia. I don't know what that's about. I never even met this guy. Likes to stay in the shadows. Real weird though, but the money's good. Automated voice. Red line, departing for the waterfront district. Maybe it will all make sense when I get there. Okay, the stream is still going. Audio reel 1. So this one, Sophia. After many weeks of failure and frustration, Dr. Max has finally achieved the breakthrough he's been searching for. The results were imminent and startling. Oh wait, hold up. In the case of the subject, 26 instances of violent outbursts were non-existent. His ductility appeared permanent. Unfortunately, while we prepared to implement the treatments on the other subjects, there was an incident. During his few tests this morning, subject 26 attacked the handler. 26 and the handler were both destroyed. Maxis believes subject 26 only attacked the handler. He does not know I was attacked as well. I have observed a developing pattern of high fevers and cold sweats. My thoughts are erratic. My relationship with Ludwig is complicated. I fear I cannot keep the secret from him for long. Audio reel 2. Ludwig Maxis. The break-in programming conceded with the flashing lights and loud noises of the fire alarm and test facility. One moment. What is it? You wanted to see me, Ludwig? Sophia, yes. Do come in. Sit down, my dear. Have some tea. Is everything all right? No, everything's fine. Drink your tea. I heard a nefarious rumor earlier regarding the field tests with subject 26. Are you feeling all right? Of course. Just strange, this rumor. May I see your arm? What? No. Why do you need to see my arm? Relax, Sophia. I would never hurt you. You know that, right? Of course, but... And you know I care deeply for you. Yes, but... Sophia chokes, coughs, and falls to the ground. Ludwig Maxis. Oh, buddy, what the frick? Yes. Then you know everything I'm about to do is for your own good. This is Dr. Ludwig Maxis, beginning preliminary trials for the Strategic Operations Planning Heuristic Intelligence Analyzer. Wait a minute. Oh, Sophia's a different person? Oh! I thought it was Samantha. That's why I was speaking in that tiny voice. Alright, Ludwig Maxis. This is Dr. Ludwig Maxis, beginning preliminary trials for the Strategic Operations Planning Heuristic Intelligence Analyzer. Okay, machine activated. Hello, Mingot. Hello. Mingot. What's happening? Ludwig, Dr. Maxis. Hello, Sophia. Where am I? It's so dark in here. It's so dark here. I can't see anything. That's all perfectly normal. How are you feeling? Hey, buddy, go. I feel nothing. I feel nothing. What have you done to me? I saved you, Sophia. I saved you. The only way I know how. Oh, Maxis, what have you done? Buddy, go. Buddy, go. Macy, go, I mean. Okay, I'm gonna close this door so that dogs don't come in. Monty wisps. Dr. Monty. In retrospect, it wasn't the best idea to leave the most powerful artifact in this or any other dimension just lying on the fucking table. But in all fairness, Max's was a bit of a wild card. I mean, you remember he was actually just a little drone the last time you saw him. Anyway, he's in the summoning queue now, and buggered if I know how we're gonna get him out. Something else I should probably clarify. This is it. The ether. The infinite. Otherwise known as Agatha. Or is it Agatha? Well, whatever way you slice it or spell it. It's the reality beyond. Beyond the world you know. Beyond your perception. Just so we're clear, I'm absolutely not talking about death. that's a whole other can of worms. Speaking of which, you know how people say when you cut a worm in half, both parts keep on living? Well, they do, kind of, for a bit. But then one of them dies. Not sure if it's the ass or the head, but that's the problem with worms. They're a bit short on distinguishing features. What was the point I was making? In the beginning, I believe, and believe me, there was a beginning. Everything was in its proper place. Time was linear, just as it should be. But a little thing called element 115 changed all that. Especially when what was it again? Oh yes, group 935 came along. Once they started messing around with it, they buggered everything up. Wait, where? Okay. 115 shouldn't exist in your dimension. But nonetheless, here we are, bloody teleporters! Once element 115 came along, the apothecans went far behind. Have I mentioned them yet? The apothecans were beings that feed on energy. Wait, that's an oversimplification. Energy is a rather broad term. It may be better explained as a spark of life, the purest form of energy that ever existed. Is that better? Not sure. Sounds a bit hippity-dippity, new agey. When I said it out loud, anyway. Oh, frick. This energy, the apothecans feed on it. They conquer and consume dimensions. It's kind of their thing. The ball-crushingly bad thing is that their appetite is ferocious, insustainable. Even they're hungry, very hungry. Bottom line, if you don't sort shit out, they're going to gobble up this universe just like they gobbled up so many others. Right. Now here's the thing. I knew a bloke, and I'm talking way back. He was the sweetest, most charming individual you would ever meet. He was funny too. We used to have a good old laugh together. Honestly, my sides hurt thinking about it. But he was my friend. He was my best friend. And then the apothecans got a hold of him. Since then, he's pretty much acted as their agent, sipping around the galaxy. Wait, I keep changing it, don't I? Which do you prefer? Universe, multiverse, omni-fucking-verse? Oh, it doesn't really fucking matter. Does it? Let's get on with it. Short version is, he's no longer sweet, charming, or funny. He's what brought them here when he escaped the summoning key. He's talking about the Shadow Man. The Keepers in ancient order who have granted the wisdom to see beyond limitations of their own realm, even while the rest of mankind scrambled around the dirt drinking their own piss, the Keepers took the mantle of benevolent watchers. Like the seers and sages of the old world, they could foresee how the actions of the apothecans would lead to the destruction of life itself. The Keepers have always been here, much like your good selves. They, too, were scattered and fragmented across the universe. They may have acted erratically, but know this, their actions were only ever concerned with the preservation of life itself. Remember what I said about energy? The minute you people teleported for the first time, you changed the rules. How am I supposed to keep track if you keep on moving the pieces? Even when you were just a little problem, brewing in the far corner of existence, I tried to throw you a bone or two. I told you, this, didn't I? The magic box of weapons, the little clues here and there. I tried to give you a little help without drawing too much attention to myself. The thing is, though, I can't just magic things out of thin air. I have to manipulate things that already exist in your reality, like the perk drinks. They were something originally cooked up by Group 935. I just used them for my own ends. I honestly don't even know how they work, I swear. As for the songs, don't get me started. I knew the Shadow Man is probably talking to you. Don't trust him. He's evil. I wouldn't piss him off if he was on fire. I bet he's saying all sorts of terrible things, spreading all kinds of rumors about me. By the way, I spell rumors with a U after the O. before the R. That's a nice little Easter egg. In fact, it's everything. It's too much. Oh, it's too much information sometimes. Know what I mean? I know you must be struggling to take it all in, but can you imagine how I feel? I've got a heartfelt prayers to the angels, dying people's wish lists, and letters to fucking Santa coming out of my bleeding ears. It's hard to keep up. Honestly, I hardly ever get any time for myself, or even just time to stand back and appreciate all the good that I've done. And now I've got the bloody Shadow Man, the Apothicans throwing on intergalactic spanner in the works. Here's something I just noticed. All of you died pretty much as you lived. Dempsey bravely followed orders. Takio accepted his fate with honor. Nikolai battled with his own demons. It's funny, isn't it? Richtofen is the only one that didn't really see it coming. I'm quite pleased with that. I made an app once, at least I think that's what you call it. It started off really simple. All the people did was press a button to indicate whether or not they had a good day. I tracked the data for everyone in the world. I mean, it was meant to help me understand people. It worked. But even in its simplest form, it was too much to take in. It actually made me depressed. It's hard trying to please everyone. I'm getting worked up, honestly. You have no idea how hard it's been from my side. Sorry. Keep up the good work. I'm sure you'll sort it out. If I'm honest, I'm a bit scared. Seriously, brown trousers time. I mean, I know it's the same old story. Forces of good and evil battling out. Yeah. But no one ever tells you how much hard work it fucking is. You know I'm not all powerful. It's always been a struggle to stay on top of it. Now more than ever. If it had been entirely up to me, it would have been a lot more straightforward, I tell you. Do what you can, Dr. Mon. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I found a way to talk to you. Given all of the shit hitting the fan, there's not much I can do give you a bit of encouragement. How about I give you some facts? Little ones, quick ones, fun ones. It'll be good for more. Right, here we go. It's a bit like the news. Reading it on television. Sorry, I'm rambling. You should see what the Shadow Man's doing back here. Okay. Apparently Richtofen's got a problem with nuts. Make of that what you will. Edward doesn't like spicy foods. His brain gets distracted. Bad things happen. Richtofen's favorite song is My Way. He wonders when he'll get to sing it. At the orphanage, Edward told everyone his dad was a famous scientist. They scrolled, Teddy is a liar, on the schoolyard wall. Edward Richtofen, bear, a problem that didn't present itself until he was an adult. Oh, I did not know that. Edward Richtofen has a desperate need to feel appreciated. His ego is actually very fragile. Takio has never once tasted American chocolate. I made sure I spared him that particular brand of suffering. The extent of Takio's suffering at the hands of Division 9 is far, far worse than you can imagine. Takio has a secret hobby. He does not speak of it for fear that he will be mocked. Hold on. My mic is working, thank goodness. The extent of Takio. Okay. Takio is actually pronounced Takio or Takio. It's one of life's biggest mysteries. Takio knows that somewhere, sometime, he wasn't betrayed. He was honored. Throw a grape in the air. Takio Masaki can slice it clean in half even without a katana. Tank Dempsey once bet $50 that he could eat 50 hard-boiled eggs in 15 minutes. It is rumored that Tank Dempsey's real name is Thomas. Not true, it's Ringo. Only joking. Or am I? Tank Dempsey holds the all-time record for one-arm push-ups, even in the universe where everyone only had one. On over 18 million occasions, Dempsey gave his life for the sake of his team. He's bona fide American hero. Tank Dempsey once caught his testicle in the springs of a bed frame, and he lived to tell the tale. So remember, kids, keep your mattress tight. Dempsey can throw a grenade farther than the greatest professional baseball player. He attributed this skill to his solitary arm training regime. The only time Tank Dempsey ever feared for his life was 15 minutes after taking an ill-advised bet. Nikolai once bottle-fed vodka to a bear cub. They both regretted it before and after. Nikolai Belenzi's grasp of the pros and cons of the capitalist and communist economies in tennis at best. Nikolai loved his wife. He was never the same after she died. Nikolai once had a brother. I don't know why he forgot him. For many years I tried watering down Nikolai's vodka. He just drank more. Nikolai's breath is legendary, even though no one has ever smelled it. At some point, Nikolai used to be a writer. He kept journals of his many travels in Europe. Much of it grossly exaggerated, of course. And then now this is the Shadow Man talking. Your sins serve only as an invitation to an evil beyond your imagination. I will lead the way. I will show you the path. Only through me, the Shadow Man, will you find your redemption. You do realize that he's manipulated you. That's what he does. Dr. Monty is one of the many names he's been known by. The Great Dragon, the Beast. Is this ringing any bells? Beelzebub, Lucifer, Satan, the Devil. He's not even a real doctor. I would know. I know what you did, Richtofen. I know you found the canorium. You have suffered long enough. Why do you not embrace the cool warmth of the apothecans? All your pain, all your suffering could be at an end. That is what you want, isn't it? Do you not see the power Dr. Monty holds over you? Do you not see your being deceived? I can help you. Only through me can you find salvation. You know you really should give up. Let yourself give in. Your spirit will be absorbed into the beautiful blue light of the apothecan sun. You know you died a long time ago, don't you? You saw it. Didn't you realize it? Are you really so foolish as to believe his lies? You do know that Richtofen is a friend of mine. I say friend, but he's so much more than that. At one point, I almost considered my apprentice. I mean, he did stab my reporter friend and steal the summoning key, but at one point, he did everything I told him. I kept hoping he'll remember the promise he made me so long ago. Oh, crap. I lost the freaking... No! No! Where the frick? Find the wisps. That's what I need to find. Okay. All this is Dr. Monty. Blah blah blah. You simple-minded fools. Do you really believe you have a chance? This universe belongs to the Apothecans. You will be consumed. I offered you the chance to enter the beautiful blue light, and you denied my mercy. You have followed a path marked by lies. Many others have failed. Why would you be any different? This has always only ended one way. I have foreseen it. From Overtone. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just gonna give you a little bit more trivia about zombies. Let me look up something else. Night. Okay, so. Okay. Let's. Okay, so. Connections between. Okay, so. Alright, so. Connections between campaign and zombies in World at War and Black Ops 1 to 3. So I was wondering how much we know about the connections between Treyarch's campaigns and zombies. Because they clearly are there, I just need some elaboration. This is from a Reddit post. Elaborations from experts on just how connected they are. Do they occur in the same universe, just in different timelines and dimensions? I'm going to just go through all the zombie-related material I can possibly think of in each game's campaign. World at War. Okay, since zombies wasn't planned to be a full-on mode in World at War, there's really nothing. Okay. Let me go to the full page. Full mode in World at War. There's not really any planned story connections between zombies and campaign. The only two I can think of were Nocturne Unit Toten is actually a building in the campaign mission, Little Resistance, but they were just reusing a part of the campaign map for zombies like they do for multiplayer. Also, you could get the ray gun in the World at War campaign, but other than that, there were no connections I could think of, which is understandable since zombies had just started. Black Ops 1. Okay, I think it is safe to say that Black Ops 1 campaign has by far the most amount of connections between campaign and zombies. I think it's extremely safe to say that they occur in the same universe. First of all, the BO1 campaign is extremely confusing to me. Jason Blundell was in charge after all, and I think that's why it's so cryptic yet so good. But anyway, here's the connections I could think of. Ray gun and thunder gun usable in campaign, I think. Nova 6 and the Nova gas is an important part of the campaign, and they're obviously the job's crawlers. There's a campaign mission that looks a lot like Ascension. Executive order. Reznov definitely seems like he has connections to zombies, even though I can't think of one. In fact, are there any cameos or or mentions of Reznov at all in Zombies, because I feel like there would be, especially one in Gorod, which there is. One, if the steps of escaping from Verukt in campaign is to ascend from darkness, which is written on the wall of Noct. The last I can think of is the most obvious, 5, how the outro cutscene when you beat the campaign plays with the JFK getting assassinated theatrically by Mason. Then it jumps directly into 5 intro cutscene. I honestly love how it does that. JFK plays a big role toward the end of the campaign. Then he becomes a zombies character in the seemingly transition of cutscenes. That makes 5 seem like a campaign mission. Also, the Pentagon thief and the teleporters in 5 have the many numbers around them from the campaign. I don't know how it just seems weird. Maybe I'm just delusional. But Black Ops 1 campaign has to be in the same universe as Zombies. Okay, so even though Jason Blundell was also in charge of this campaign, it's definitely not as cryptic as BO1, and it doesn't seem to have as many connections. Okay, so there is a wonder weapon in the Black Ops 2 campaign. I think it might have been the jet gun. I'm not 100% sure. I know that in the multiplayer, it may be in campaign 2. There are these random sticky notes that read, "Zombies are coming." Now that I think about it, I can hardly think of any zombie connections in BO2 campaign. Let me know if you think of some. Black Ops 3 campaign, which I absolutely hated, definitely has the second most zombie connections out there, out of these 4 campaigns. Where the frick is it? This campaign was stupidly cryptic and not fun, unlike BO1, which still made very little sense, but was a lot more enjoyable to play. If someone would care to elaborate on a bit, that would be as well appreciated. Part of a mission where you fight zombies, and I think it might have been in the GK Pack-a-Punch House, the whole frozen forest bit, which I believe is mentioned in Zombies. Nightmare mode, which I never completed because it was so boring. From my understanding, he was campaigning, but with zombies and an alternate storyline. Surely that just have connections to the zombies. I was wondering if anybody knows if there are definite and proven connections established between Call of Duty campaigns and zombies. I personally think that they exist in the same universe, just as different dimensions, for the reasons listed above. If I missed any zombies references that you can think of in any of the campaigns, let me know. Also, if you would care to elaborate on some of the theories, I don't know who this was from. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I think this was made by the Reddit user Sneaky Ninja 4782. Okay. Okay, somebody else said, the intel in BO1 mentions a standoff between American and Russian forces in Doris, along with something about a massacre there. BO1's computer has some Dreamland server that contains a bunch of zombie references. The only thing I can really remember is something about a picture of Doris's animal lab hallway by the stairs to Jug. I'm sure this computer is where we got information on the Marines and Verukt. There's nothing really solid in BO2, but there are perk bottles in multiplayer and a dancing zombie in the end cutscene fight campaign. I bet BO3's computer has some stuff too, but you need to unlock stuff for the computer to see info. I never checked it out. I don't really know if DOA2 or Nightmares has anything to do with our mid-zombie mode. One thing that a lot of people brought up about the campaign was something about Nikolai being one of Corvus' test subjects, which is why we have the whole zombies in Stalingrad bit in the campaign. But what seems a bit sketchy and a definite stretch, the only campaign that would probably have somewhat of a tie to zombies is most likely BO1's, but there's probably some stuff hidden in BO3. Whatever, that's not putting into cracking the BO3 data vault. I even asked the real IDF for input back in the day, completely another subject. Alright, played through BO1, that campaign, and was playing in the mission where you destroyed Rocket and Russian's Cosmodrome, which also mentioned people called the Ascending Group. Coincidence? Probably. And I don't know if anyone mentioned it, but the AK-47 Pack-a-Punched is Reznov's Revenge. Dude, that's lit. I'm telling you, BO1 campaign has some serious links to zombies. Just some corrections. The ray gun is indeed in the World at War campaign. Only the thunder gun is in Black Ops 1 campaign. And the jet gun is not in BO2 campaign. You probably saw this on for a Jimothy video. And we forgot to mention the Verukt steps in Black Ops 1 are the exact same in the EE for Origins, Easter egg for Origins. Oh. HD nighttime see. Oh yeah. Drink some weird purple drink. Me 3 seconds later. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. This was kind of a boring one, but more on the storyline of zombies. I will make another video on me thinking how it would be awesome for a campaign and zombies to be in the same universe. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. This was a long ass video. Sorry there was a lot of cussing. That's just the stuff. That's just content in it. So hopefully you all enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.